Drum roll.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 434 of the Maritime Paintball Podcast. My name is Brad Odell, and with me, as always, is
your king of paintball. That's right, it's King. It's caps when you spell a man's name. And it's great to be here tonight on beautiful 97.9 CHSR in Fredericton, New Brunswick. Hi, everybody. We have a very, very cool guest for our friends on the radio tonight. This is Damian. He is the owner of Gatormaille, which is something that protects. There's a piece of gear that can protect you. You hang it from the bottom of your mask, and it can save some of our Gravy Seal friends. A little bit of Meal Team 6 here going, kids. You get a double chin going. I am not throwing stone, my friend, because I too have a double chin, and there is nothing worse than catching a paintball right under the jaw right there. And then, as I am almost always the most well-shaven man in paintball, getting shot and then having to shave over a welt sucks. So when I saw this, I was stoked, and it was absolutely great. There was such a good idea that they came up with. And Damian was just telling us, so you went to so you're a Renaissance fair. So I told you, Brad, the man is he's a nerd. He's like us. He's like me, because he was either I said D&D.
Yep.
I didn't quite think Renaissance fair, I'll be honest, but I thought D&D, so that knew it had to come from somewhere. So this is awesome.
So I still play first edition D&D. I have since high school.
We play a Mutant 3.5 version. We've had like a 4-year campaign going. So
I
appreciate dedication to the old school format.
I love the old school. But Renaissance fairs for years. I wear kilts and get dressed up. I get all into it. My wife is the same way. We love going out to them. It's a lot of fun. Great people. But that's kind of, I saw that, I always saw the chainmaille, and, like I was telling you earlier, I started playing in 92. So I'm 33 years invested into the sport, and it was always so hot. And with our product, there's very little weight to it. It weighs a whole 4 ounces on your mask. The airflow through it is wonderful. And they're not for everybody. I get it. I've talked to a lot of people who are like, hey, I just don't like, and I'm okay with that. I get it. But everybody that I've talked to that said, hey, hanging it for my mask, that's not for me. They're still out telling people, hey, you got to check this product out, which is great. It's like, not everybody's a PE guy. Not everybody's an autococker guy. We get it. It's all part of the business. But
it's good when even the haters are going, shit, it's still pretty good though. Like, I don't like it for me, but if you don't want to get, I've yet to see something similar. I get most people, it's like we were saying earlier, it's scarves, turtlenecks, something, but it's so hot. Schmogs.
All the mag fed guys running shmogs. I immediately picture the Top Gear meme of like, this is brilliant, but I like this, where it's like somebody can look at a Gatormaille and be like, that's a brilliant idea. I'm going to wear a shemag. It's like, okay, cool. Great.
That's paintball.
You can do you. But I love that.
I get a lot of promotion from the big guys in NXL. Rocky, really? Chris Lasoya, Greenspan, and none of them are allowed to wear my product because it's not legal for NXL. Yep. And that's something I won't get into just because.
I almost did, so we'll talk later because I get it. It's NXL.
It's a lot of politics.
Yeah.
But these guys, I met these guys at the ICC, and they come over and Ryan Greenspan walked by my booth, stopped, turned around, and grabbed a bunch of the guys and was like, "Guys, this is the stuff I was talking about on our show." And I just looked at him like, "You guys were talking about my Gatormaille on your show?" He goes, "Dude, this is becoming huge," and it was just so awesome to hear. And he's like, "Honestly, I don't wear anything on my neck at all." He goes, "But it is such a cool concept," and it just made my day. Maddie Marshall and these guys coming up and just hanging out, talking to me about the product. And this is, our first year in the business. We started this at the height of COVID, at the height of the pandemic in April of 2020. And I never thought it was going to go anywhere. My buddy made one for me, taught me and my wife how to make them. We made one for Tom Bianco, who's known as Silver Fox, he ran with Blues Crew. I've been playing paintball with him since 1997, and he wore one down to an event in Florida, and next thing I know, Desi and all these people from Florida are asking me to build the product. Amazing. And it's been nonstop. We have made over 6,000 products in 5 years. They're all over the world. I send them. I sponsor Reaper from out in California.
Yeah.
I send him a product over to overseas when he goes overseas every year. 3 and 4 of our Gatormailles at no cost. Here, take them over. And I'm getting orders from Poland and Sweden, Israel, Amsterdam, England, Germany. People were ordering the stuff and not caring that they have to pay a hefty sum for me to ship it over to them because they like the product.
No, like when we were talking about shipping, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I don't care what the shipping is. I don't care what I don't care. You tell me price, I pay. That's why I first paid you for the product and then said, hey, by the way, do you want to come on our show? Hey, Wolf. I pay first, and then we invite. Hi, Wolf. It is awesome that he's making it, isn't it? Like, it's again, like I keep saying, Firefly showed us this mine at D-Day, and I brought it back to New Brunswick, saying, and I've sold it to everybody, run tournaments, and it getting shot in the neck, just point blank with a marker, and I come off not a scratch. I haven't got shot in the neck in what, 2 years I've been wearing this thing now, Brad?
Yeah, about there.
At least two seasons
Minimum
I've been wearing
2 years.
this, and I haven't been shot in the neck. So
we do a lot. Like I said, it's more and more are going up to Canada, which really makes me happy. And it started out, Blair, he refs.
Yes,
Blair.
Yes, big Blair.
Yes, Blair he is one of the coolest people ever. Anytime I get a chance to hang out and see Blair, he's amazing. Photogap every year is usually when I get to see him.
I had fun with him at Wasaga last year. Yeah. I was responsible for some of that, and that was really funny. He was a king that day. And if you haven't been yelled at by him, have you really played paintball?
Exactly.
No. You've never experienced true paintball.
And then like Neb from up in Canada, he pushes hard on the product for me.
He does.
Jeff Thompson from Booney Boys and those guys, any chance I get to see those guys, it's so much fun. And which is why it's awesome that I can sit here and say, like, I've played paintball in Canada. The last time I played was in the Sky Dome.
Oh man, that's ages.
A lot of years ago.
How many of you are there? Apparently I've met half the players in one of those games, and it's awesome.
I was a youngster back when that happened. I grew up playing the International Amateur Open in Pittsburgh because that was 45 minutes from my house. And I'm happy to say that this year, not only are we coming to Canadian Legends, Cliff, in September, but we are also coming up to Wasaga in August.
Yes. I will see you there, buddy.
Now,
I will see you there. Legends. It's Legends or Honey Badger at the compound, and we're really torn because I want to go to the compound so bad, but there's so many cool people going to.
And I want to go to Legends.
So we have to fight. We might have to duel for it. I think Brad and I are going to have a duel. We're going to have a 1v1 somewhere to decide.
No, we just split the difference, bro. You head to the compound. I'll head to Legends. Divide and conquer.
Yeah, I'm gonna have about half the team at Wasaga. I'm gonna have the other half of the team at Legends. We're gonna play some, but right now I'm working with your guys' version of the IRS down here.
Oh, the old CRA. We love those guys.
And the Border Patrol to try to get all my paperwork. Mm-hmm. So I can import and actually sell my product. Yeah, because we're an LLC. We're full legit company. I don't want to roll up there and then get hammered on, because I did something wrong.
Yeah, if you come up with product and you're a proper company and they go, oh, you're going to be selling stuff, get out. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, no, it's
What's
the same
nice
problem
is-
Nova's having. Like they're working as well to get theirs, and I think it's a tough. I don't doubt that it is because Jesus.
What's nice is everybody that I've actually interacted with up in Canada through both agencies have been super, super, super helpful. Pointing me in the right direction, telling me what I needed. You know, it's been really helpful. But now it's with everything going on up there, it's been like 3 weeks and I haven't heard anything back. So luckily we have some time. But
no news can be good news.
Right. I'm just waiting for the approval for my Canadian business license, importer license. That's all I'm waiting on is for them to say you're good. And then I already got certificate of origin, which they said I needed. And then I just got to come up, declare everything, and go about my business.
love that.
The next thing I'll have to work out is how I'm going to take payment up there.
Cash.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Cash.
it's when
I know.
the last
I'm
time
being facetious. I know. We take gold. We take cash. We take bearer bonds, diamonds. I've got a tester. I got weights.
I mean, I think
I'll
you
weigh the
guys.
gold.
I think I can use everything up there, but American Express. In all honesty.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. It's a Visa,
So I mean,
MasterCard,
I
et cetera,
I have a credit card machine, and I have PayPal, and I have Venmo, and I have all that stuff.
You got PayPal, baby. You're good to go.
Yeah. So it's but I'm
But you
working
still-
on getting
but-
the word out there that we're going to be up there. There's the people are going to see us. They're going to get to meet us, and if I can't get all the paperwork situation worked out, I can still take orders and then ship them up and things along those lines.
Yes,
As
you
long
can
as I'm
use
not-
Amex in them big fancy cities like in Toronto, but here in the East Coast, yeah, you can use Amex too. Just being an asshole.
Oh, so the only reason I didn't think you could really use Amex is the last time I was up there for work, and I couldn't use my American Express card anywhere.
There was a time where it's funny. There are places that don't accept it. It's easier just to use your Visa or your MasterCard, but Amex is the less common. It's like Discover card used to be.
I don't understand that. I don't like.
It's because I'm not touching this one. We're not touching.
I should talk to a banker and just be like, "How come Amex doesn't work certain places?"
I tell my guys all the time, we have enough politics in paintball. We don't need politics in politics in paintball. You know?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. No, that's a great way to start fist fights on a paintball field.
Thanks, Wolf.
Adrenaline's already
I'll
pumping.
accept that answer. Amex because there's fees.
There's that old saying: you don't talk about work or politics or religion at work. Yeah, I don't talk about
politics
any
or
of that
religion.
stuff at paintball.
Yep, politics, religion. That was it was funny. I used to go to a barber years ago that had a sign like that in the barber shop. It was like, we'll talk about anything but politics and religion. But then and keep in mind, this is in Canada, and he had a big Trump sign in his barber shop. I was like, bro, you got to pick one sign or the other. You can't.
Let's say the other thing you're traditionally not supposed to talk about, it's sex, politics, and religion. But I can tell you that we all talk about sex at the paintball field in some way, shape, or form. There's some vulgarities flying.
That's
so
a
we can't
lot.
Oh, yeah,
Paintballers
absolutely.
don't have sex.
Absolutely.
Damn it, you caught me.
Another cool thing that just happened, believe it or not, this week is we actually started putting up our online store.
Ooh.
Well, that's
Send us
fun.
the link so we can get that out. We can get that into the. We needs that, my friend. When you get a second,
So-
send that to us.
The downfall with the online store right now is I only have it set up for shipping to the U.S.
Your customers can figure that out on their own. For the
Right,
sake of our
so-
conversation, just so we can at least get some people looking, because I'm
You
sure we've
make an
got some
air tank protector? I can get a chainmail cover for my air tank.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
He mentioned
I'm
that he
looking at
had
his
some
website right
cool
now.
stuff. Okay, so we're gonna work on that
Non-slip.
shipping problem, Bradley. We're gonna work on that shipping issue we were talking about because
Non-slip. It and then it'll slide right off the tank. Nice and easy.
I'm gonna need one of those.
that meme they're banging the credit card against something there. So yeah, we're gonna fix the
So
Yeah.
we do those.
That's so cool.
Yeah, you said you had some other products. What else you got, buddy? What else you got?
So these are our head wraps.
Bruh, you're killing me, man. You're killing me. I ain't got money for this.
If you've ever taken a first strike to the head, or even a regular paintball, they're horrible.
Oh.
This reduces impact about 85%.
Bottom of the screen, Blair. Oh my God.
Wolf wants a bra for his girl.
And they only weigh about 8 ounces total.
But I just got to find a way to strap my cat customs to that baby, and that is almost like perfection.
You can just sew it, man. Just sew. Blair wants to know. He said, "What's the number, Brad? Does he mean the phone in number? Because it's
1-506-453-4979. You can give us a call, Blair. I'm going to regret that.
Now, one of our favorites by our referees on top of the neck protector and the head wraps are these.
Is that a Schmeckel protector?
That is what we refer to as the ball wall.
1 second. We got somebody calling in.
Sold. Leonardo DiCaprio sold. That's a Schwang protector, boys and girls. That is what your king needs.
Hello,
no longer will I rock a cup.
Thanks a lot, Nova Paintball. Yeah, my head's huge because I'm sitting close to my computer. It's either Chris or TJ. Tell them, we're gonna fight next in a month when I'm down in scorched earth.
Beautiful.
Okay, let's try this again.
But yeah, so what's nice is they come with these, and even these are built. These are made in house, and they're Velcroed so they can loop around the belt loops of your pants. You wear joggers. We're working on something for people who like joggers too. We're working on a tuck, one that tucks so it hangs down and it gives you instant relief.
I don't know what's going on. He's calling in, but we can't hear him. I don't know what's going on.
I heard him for a second a minute ago.
I don't know what happened.
Keeps cutting out.
So
that's beautiful. So a Schwang protector, a head protector, a neck protector. I'm gonna look so tacky in all this Gatormaille.
But to sound like an infomercial, but wait, there's
more. All right, there, Billy Mays.
For those who don't like the wraps, have you guys seen the G1 bounce caps?
Oh yeah.
I used to wear a bump cap actually. That actually fixes the head wrap problem. Oh my God.
G1 bounce caps, Gatormaille.
A Gatormaille toga, I would 100% rock that. Nova, you've got me.
That's wild.
Oh my God, that is, dude, you're killing me. I love it. That's.
I don't know what HR Tactical is, Blair.
HR Tactical is a retailer out of the U.S. He's kind of he's like a Meg Fed / air. I think does airsoft like web store.
Oh, okay.
Desi, how much?
We love you, Desi.
How much beer can we get in one podcast?
I'll wear my Gatormaille as pretend beard because
Yeah.
All right.
But
there's more.
Oh my God.
Wait, there's more.
Okay, so for our ladies that are listening and watching, I can't forget about them. These are affectionately known as battle boobs.
That, dude.
Amazing.
I applaud you. That you're doing the Lord's work, building those to protect.
Impact reduction of about 70%. No black and blue marks. The ladies love them.
Wolf's in there. Told you. Oh, that's Bonchick. Yeah, we'll leave her up there.
Oh man,
Bonchick says I'm no lady, but I'm listening.
Hi, Bonchick.
My sister got painted before she got sick. She got painted right up the side, and she was black and blue from the neck. She got shot all on her titty and all down her side. She took some heavy shots, and I think of that, and she definitely could have used that. Oh my God, that's killer.
Nova,
that's killer.
You get a Gatormaille, and you get a Gatormaille, and you get a Gatormaille.
So hey, one other little cool thing to show you.
Oh my God, dude.
For our Havoc launcher people,
Hmm.
Havoc launcher barrel covers are tricky to find until now. This fits all standard Havocs.
I don't know what to do with this information.
This is so much like the battle boobs. The neck. This is all incredible. Just that's awesome, dude. Those now is how long does it take on average to do? Well, we'll say the standard, just a standard.
A standard neck protector takes about 4 hours because we literally open and close by hand every one of those anodized aluminum rings.
Yeah, and for those of you who are, you can hear it jingling behind me. It's anodized rings and O-rings.
Yep,
it's O-rings, and that is what I think most people marvel when they first touch it, and they go, first of all, oh my god, it's so light, but then you look at it and they're like, holy shit, it's O-rings. It's just O-rings and brass rings. And it's such a crazy simple idea and simple design. And yet, 4 hours I could see, because that is a level of patience I don't have.
We opted for the anodized aluminum and the rubber O-rings for A, weight, but B, also to help silence it. The other thing is those O-rings are actually EPDM rubber, which is what they make pond liners out of them. So they're going to withstand any weather. So cold, they stay flexible. Hot, they stay flexible. Rain, they don't care. It's not going to degrade it. At the end of the day, quick clean, you don't even have to remove it from your mask. Take it to the sink, turn on the warm water and hose it off. Let it dry. In the summertime, you want something really cool. In between sessions out on the field, open up your cooler and set your mask down and let the Gatormaille hang inside your cooler. The aluminum rings gather the cool, and they'll act like a bodice chiller. And actually, as the air blows through it, it will cool down your skin for about a half hour, 30 minutes after you put it on.
That's sick.
That's so, yes.
Yeah. I mean, I've had some rough days playing ball, and I've spit through this thing and cleaned it after, and I love it. Just hose it off, hang it to dry, flap it a little bit.
Yeah, see, I never felt the need for one to hang off my mask, but man, when you showed me that tank cover and the wrap, I'm like, oh, bro, I need one.
It was the wrap.
The wrap killed me, man. I was like, yeah, I need.
I want a tank cover, but I'm forever going to be the guy rocking my Crown Royal bag.
That's legit.
That's the first time I saw that a tank that would fit in a Crown Royal bag.
I mean, I can do purple and gold like a Crown Royal bag. That's easy.
I can't curse on the radio, sir. That's just wow, 4 hours, and that's.
But yeah, I mean, those are our current chainmail products right now. We also, we do a ton of soft goods, as always, like like a lot of places do. We do just regular wraps, headbands. We do all kind of stuff, microfibers, all that, all that fun stuff, tech mats. We even have some laser engraved coffee mugs or adult beverage mugs.
Adult beverage mugs.
We have all kind of neat stuff like that that's available. Over the last couple years, me and two of my guys that are my techs on my team, we've expanded into bringing back old school markers. We do a lot of work on angels and old cockers and bushies and stuff like that. And we tear them down. We rebuild them all. We have in-house anodizing now, in-house tech work, and we're bringing these markers back to the field and getting them into people's hands at an affordable price, because that's what those markers were made for. My collection of markers is pretty intense. I have stuff, all the way back to 96 that I still run. I still have a shoebox shocker. I have a Gen 2 Dark Angel 96 PTP cocker. I mean, I love running my old school guns.
I've still yet, and it happens every year. I keep missing my opportunity at D-Day because one of the boys has an Angel. That's the one of those Grail guns that I always wanted to just fire. I can't own one because it'll die as soon as I go near it. Like, I'm afraid to touch them because all electronics die around me, and I'm like, I don't want to touch that gun. But there's a lot of those automag lads that they've all gone to airsoft because they're between they're around 40, 50 years old, 55. And they've kind of wanted to go to something a little softer because, frankly, I get it. I understand. No shade.
I don't. They're weak.
Yeah, I'm getting a mag built by Aaron the Beard Highland, who's in the chat watching and listening.
Yeah.
He's built me an auto mag right now. He's one of my tech guys. He's amazing. He works on a ton of ton of cockers. It's awesome. I mean, we really have started rounding out a lot of stuff, just being in the field and, getting out there, and our best advertising is my own team out there running the product.
Well, yeah. It's hard
sure.
to just digging those old pieces out. Oh, that's funny. It's like barn find cars. What'd you find in that guy's basement? It's like 3 angels and an original autococker, and oh look, it's
the yard sales of like little old ladies that are cleaning out their son's bedroom that they have no idea what it is. It's just a bin of parts. It turns out it's like a $5,000 like rare autococker.
Yeah, it's a kit that hasn't seen the light of day since.
Or the Holy Grail, where you end up with a blank. You find an actual blank. Oh,
we
only dream.
When we debuted the head wraps 3 years ago at Photogap, and Aaron Highland, the Beard, he was our test dummy for it. And he went out and he got into I don't know if you've ever been down to Command Decisions for Photogap, but they have an area called the God Bunker. Mm-hmm. And me and him got into that bunker, and he took 5 first strikes to the head and never flinched. And the ref from Solstice come over, and he's like, "Dude, you were hit." And he went like this. He goes, I'd have called. He goes, no. He goes, the first one hit you and you didn't move. He goes, I let you go because I had to see if it was actually real.
That's my kind of rep. That's my kind of rep right there.
All those refs from Solstice know us. We sponsor Solstice with their custom law Gatormailles because we do custom ones too. They know we're not out there cheating. We live and die by, being honest and straightforward players. And, and he took that first one. He never moved, and then took 4 more, and he come over and finally got him. He's like, "You're out, man." It's intense. But it's really good stuff, and it does what it's supposed to do. And then on top of that, we back all our products 100%. If one of those rings open up, like you get snagged in a bunker or something, or one of those rubber O-rings gets nicked and it breaks, we have you send it to us. We fix it for free, and then we pay to ship it back. That's how I've always operated everything I do. That's how we do now. And in 5 years, I think we've fixed 4 total pieces. 1 was eaten by a dog. The dog ate the mask and ate part of the Gatormaille.
That's impressive.
Okay, fair.
2.
Fair.
Oh,
that makes sense.
They don't know how to stop.
There he goes. All right, we're good.
But yeah, I mean, it's few and far between that we have any issues with the products, but we back them 100%.
It's wicked.
The head wraps, the bounce caps, the sports bras, they're all machine washable. They can go right in your washing machine, cold water with your gear, no issues whatsoever. Just no heat.
My wife would hate me.
No heat.
That's no heat. No heat. That would not go well with the rubber. That makes sense.
Well, it's more for the stitching, because we hand stitch with a 1,000-pound break strength braid for upholstery. Every one of those pieces to those, and then we fuse the knots with a fabric fusing glue, and the heat breaks the glue down.
Gotcha. Fun Chicks just putting out a shameless plug. I figure I'd make it front and center for her.
I love how many times I've seen in this chat tonight, save my neck from huge welts. again, yes,
Yeah.
saved it. It will catch a first strike. It'll.
Oh yes.
But I can promise you, you're not gonna get the most dangerous part of a first strike is the fin.
Yep.
If it breaks off, and that's the worst thing. I've had chunks of fin, and I'm just like, oh, God, like I know I was hit and out I go, but it's still kind of funny to just thunk. Bonchik, Gatormaille cap, get that chest protector. I'm getting a Schmeckel rag. Like I can give up the cup.
Rag.
I can give up the cup.
Bonchik has 2 of our custom neck protectors. She has a 007 and she has a crown.
Of course she does. Of course she does.
Nice. I'm gonna have to get me one of them head wraps. That's my goal now.
With the neck protectors, we can do custom work. We do a skull and crossbones. We do vertebrae like what Blair has. We can fit 5 letters or numbers across them. Actually, I have the 72.
Love that.
And the skull and crossbones.
Oh, that's cool.
Bro, which means you could do an anchor.
I could probably do an anchor. So what we found with them is when you get into really intricate patterns.
Yeah, I don't need intricate. I want like
more wispy lines. Everything kind of 8 bits out. So it's kind of like Super Mario Brother. Like we tried to do flames. They turned out horrible. It was like, a Grateful Dead concert, only worse.
When you said 8-bit, I'm picturing like 8-bit fire, and I'm like, yeah, okay, that track.
Yeah, it was bad. So we stick away from that. Things like real wispy designs. We have a guy in New York that reached out. He wanted like a silhouette of a dragon's head, and I didn't think it was going to work, but it turned out really, really awesome.
Good.
I would have said
we're going to be loading more of those pictures up online. I think our book of customs, just in designs, we're probably sitting at like 100 different designs that we've done over the years in customs. I had a guy that wanted the Michigan State S logo. We did that. Notre Dame, we did one like that. We've done shamrocks.
Have you done a penis?
We will not, actually. So I tell everybody I will not do anything that offends anybody. So I don't do any Confederate flags. I don't do penises. I don't do weed leaves. I will do Rastafarian.
That's fair. That's a good trade-off. And if you won't do
do
Confederate flags, you won't do schwangs. I get that's respect. I get it.
I had a 12-year-old kid ask me for a set of boobs. And I looked at him and I looked at his dad and said, we won't do it.
Damn it. I want to, but if I do boobs, I have to do penises, and that leads to a whole series of problems. So it's nothing personal. Respect. I like that. That's a good line to have. And plus,
man's got his boundaries.
No, you can sell to anybody, and that's one of the biggest things. It's hard in the paintball world. The way for me, anyways, it's you got to be able to sell the product to anybody, and that is right. Gatormaille can be sold to anybody.
Yep.
You can see your grandma in it. You can see your kid in it. Don't gotta worry about pieces.
When I started out in paintball, I had our local semi-pro team. A couple of those guys gave me my first mask and my first pod pack and stuff. And this is something that I always remember. So every event we go to, we give away a free Gatormaille to the Young Gun Award winner for each team. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of events, like with us getting guns in and fixing them and everything. I'll get a bunch of like spiders and Tippin 98s and electronic spiders and spider clones in. I will fix them all up. We'll fix them up and we'll give them away to kids at events.
That's a great thing to get back into the hands of players.
Yeah, we try to. People helped me out when I got started, and we want to give back, and my whole team's behind this. Most of my team was the Fox's Den traveling team for a while. Some of them, transitioned over from Blues Crew, and they always, took care of the kids. My guys will go out there, and if there's kids, we tell the producers, send them out with us. We'll get them out there, and we'll have fun with them. And the kids never go away upset or anything because we just get out there. What do you guys want to do? We want to get into a firefight. All right, let's go. And we take them. And we keep them safe, but we get out there and we let them have fun, and we teach them as we're playing. And that's for me and for my guys, that's really what it's all about now. Is if the kids don't stay interested in the sport dies.
Yeah. And that's half the fun of is getting the new guys and putting the young kids through the ropes. And you don't want to beat them up. You want to just clip them a couple times and then let them get you. You don't have to let them get you, because they are 90% of the time faster than we are. Nolan runs circles around me. Like I walk now, man. I'm half a cripple. I just kind of saunter around the field. I'm like,
a couple years ago, we were down in Florida for Jurassic for Desi's game, and me and two of my guys decided to get the Gatormaille logo tattooed. And underneath theirs, it says, "See you at the 50." And I'm like, can I put on the underneath of mine, "See you at the 12 and a half"? I said, because I'm going to be 50 years old and I'm overweight. I don't run,
I'll see you.
And, I'm happy I can still get out there, and I can. And, every once in a while, I'll surprise these guys. They'll be up on the 50, and next thing you know, they turn around and I'm over their head just laying into people. And they're like, where did you come from?
He can be the most dangerous thing over 10 feet. I will destroy you. 12 feet, you're good to go. 15, you're laughing. But if you're at 7 feet, I'm coming at you. And
yep.
Blair and the aggressive walk.
Yeah. No, I have 2 or 3 guys on my team that I'm older than their parents, and it just kind of makes me chuckle. And but we all get out there and we all have a good time. And these young guys that are on the team, their parents, I insist on meeting their parents so they know who I am. So they, when we travel out of state, or when we go up to Canada, I want them to know that, hey, they're with me. They're going to be good to go. I've enjoyed the sport for 33 years now, and it's one of those things. If I get to the point where I can't walk and play the sport, I'm going to find one of them hover around things, and I'm going to outfit it so I can ride and play the sport.
Track chair.
Oh, he just got draws like from WWE. He used to hunt in he was quadriplegic, and he had a chair and he'd go hunting in it. So we could totally strap you. You've got enough good friends that put us in a shield. We'll push you into a firefight.
Bonchik says, I'm over 50. I don't run, but I will meet you at the 50.
Yeah, I'll get there eventually.
I'll get there.
Just nowhere near as quick as everybody else.
No.
50 is going to be there whether I get there in 10 seconds or I get there in 60 seconds. I promise you the 50 will be there. Can you hold out long enough for me to get the 50?
Yeah.
I'll make it there. I'm going to die going, but I'll see you there.
Yeah, absolutely. And, and getting out there and having fun. I've been playing the sport so long that I know people on both sides every time. And we get into some crazy firefights against each other. And
I can ask him. So Brad has told me recently, sorry, it's been a thought of mine because I've watched in the few years I've been around, I've watched kind of the ups and downs, and it's only the ebbs and flows. And Brad's seen them. So you've seen them since the start. So you've seen kind of what's going on in paintball right now. You've seen something like this, right? In the last 20 years. But something similar to this. So is this the darkness before the light?
So it may get a little darker before it gets a little brighter. It does kind of cycle. It really does.
Nostalgia comes in 20-year waves. So since I wasn't around for the last go, we're still kind of on that little downward trend. We've got to hit that little, because I wanted honesty, but I didn't want honesty. He's right.
No, I think we're seeing. I think we're near the end of this ebb. I think we're going to start to see the flow. Like we're going to see the upturn probably in the next few years.
I definitely think, because we're starting to see a lot more younger kids at events, which is really nice. 20 years ago, these people, the guys and the women that were playing, they kind of stopped playing. They had families.
Yeah.
Well, now their kids are starting to get old enough to play, and they're seeing pictures and stuff like that of their parents, and they're like, what are you guys doing? Oh, we're playing paintball. Well, I'd like to try that. Okay. My 18-year-old daughter, I have an 18 and a 17-year-old. They're 17 months apart. My 17-year-old, she's like, yeah, no, I don't like it. I tried it. I don't like it. My 18-year-old, she loves it. She loves it. And when she gets the chance to play, she gets out there and she has tons of fun. You know,
it's there, like you said, it's the you see a lot of people now where it's like you said, they had families, and then you got people who they're focusing on career. Now they're comfortable. And it's okay. Now I need a hobby. I need to get back into something. And then you've got, excuse me, the millennial generation, which my generation, where we've got the kids and everything like that. And it's like, we're looking for something different to do because it just feels like it's gotten stale. Like it's like looking at sports for my kid. It's like, what are we going to put them in? Well, there's the soccer, hockey, karate, and lacrosse. It's like, cool. Those are all they're boring. Everyone's done those. Let's find something different. You know, like let's put them in something different. Let's put them in. I wanted to try paintball, but it's probably another 6 years away from that.
A little bit, yeah. Same with mine, but
I'll tell you what's really helping is the introduction of Jelly Ball.
Yeah,
Jelly Ball is huge down here. I don't know how big and popular it is up there, but Silver Fox runs a field still, and 65% of his business is Jelly Ball.
That's amazing. I love Jelly Ball. I've got.
It's so much fun.
It's it is. You just go out and you just have a blast. Like it is. I don't even know how to explain it. It's
Dave, a commando, showing up with a bucket and what was it, 2 or 3 guns, and he just went plunk and he went, have fun.
Yeah, and then he walked away.
It
just gave us a 5-gallon drum of it. And
dudes just for God until the guns that died. They gave out the batteries gave out, and we laughed like a bunch of. I would work Silver Fox's field to help them out, and we'd have birthday parties come in, and the parents would come in, and the older kids would go and play paintball, and then they'd have like the 6 or 7-year-olds that weren't old enough to play paintball, and they'd just be there, and they would be bored, and I'd fill up a couple Jelly Ball guns, and I'd talk to the parents, and I was like, I'll keep them entertained, and I'd give them the guns, I'd throw on a mask, give them mask, and I'd run around like a nut. And just let them shoot me, and I'd fall on the ground, roll. And these kids were having a blast,
right? Yeah.
And at the end of it all, the parents were like, "What do we owe you for that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you don't owe me anything for that."
Yeah, that was
I need to get my cardio in. Like that's half the fun.
I mean, they were happy. I'm happy. That's what makes it. That's what. And those people come back.
The joy. And they will come back. But it's the joy because it's infectious.
Yeah, the Jelly Ball is like there's no mess to clean up. The stuff just melts away, right? And you get a good rainball and it's gone. And for fields, anybody who runs a field that ever listens to this show, do Jelly Ball. The return on investment on that is huge because the Jelly Balls cost nothing in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, right? Like you see them, you buy a bag of the little tiny miniature, like the dried ones, and there's like 100,000 in there. Like it's ridiculous. Add water, go have fun. Like why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? And it doesn't stain clothes. It doesn't hurt. You get hit, it pops, whatever. If the kids, don't let the kids eat them, but
they're non-toxic.
Yeah, they're non-toxic.
Anybody can play. Grandma can sit there from her lawn chair and pop at the kids.
Yeah.
And she's not going to get her. Put the glasses on her. She'll be fine. Don't eat grandma's head, kids. and down here, this is a good time to teach kids proper firearm safety.
Yeah, down here, 2 hours of Jelly Ball with unlimited ammunition is $40 per child, unless you bring in a party, and then the more people you get, he discounts it down. But where can you go for 2 hours and then be able to have your kid fall asleep on the way home? Because they're tired from running around and having fun.
Mm-hmm. We're going to laser tag on Saturday for my nephew's birthday. And my sisters demanded that I show up with the boy. I'm like, you had to demand it. Go play laser tag with your cousins for a little while.
Right? That's what we got planned for my young fella in March for his birthday. Like we're like, right? But at the end, but like you said, $40 a head. Like that's, I mean, you go to play a laser tag, and it's what? It's $20 to go play a round. The round's over in what, 5 to 8 minutes. It's like, you know, and it's indoors. You can't be terribly creative with it, you know, that kind of thing. Whereas like with the jelly ball, it's like just go play in the woods, go find a tag or something. You know, like it's like go get lost in the woods and shoot each other with jelly ball launchers. Like that sounds like something that I should definitely get the young fella into.
Yeah, I think that's,
we need to buy a 2-pack. One of us needs to buy a 2-pack. We'll just get both kids together and just send them off into a field.
Or we just buy each buy a 2-pack, and then we just arm the children and give them a 2-minute head start.
Ooh, that's a great idea.
And by 2 minutes, I mean 12 seconds.
Oh yeah, no, shoot them in the back, 100%. Welcome to real life, kids. Life ain't fair. Like, you know, yeah, that's what's gonna happen. 100%. Exactly. I'm gonna check Canadian Tire's website.
Yeah. There you go, Cliff. Exactly. It is a great way to teach them introduction to proper safety.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
It's not something in our house we don't have. But again, I have paintball markers, and my son is smart enough to know not. I remember once, I think he was real young at home at Moncton Paintball, and he walked up and he grabbed a hold of someone's marker. There was a barrel bag on it, but they didn't have the safety on it. Bop, bop. And he dropped the thing and just turned white. I started laughing my ass off. What did we learn? And he goes, "Don't touch." And I went, "Correct." and until then, and now he will not touch a marker until I don't let him touch them unsupervised. It's pretty simple, but I don't have to worry about him doing it again. But it's those little things that you teach them young, and that they know that stuff. It's good to teach them.
And like
I'm trying not to sound like I'm super like I'm Canadian. I don't really have firearms, paintball guns. That's really it. So it's not a big thing for me, but for anybody who's into it, it's kind of, I guess, a part of the deal, right? You give a kid a baseball bat early in their life, they're going to learn the rules. So
yeah, they're going to break
teach them so that don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of guns. Be afraid of stupid people with guns.
Yep.
Man gets it.
Ooh, there we go. Sorry, I keep turning my mic off because I keep coughing.
That's okay.
It sucks, man. This flu is kicking my ass. So you've shown us some really cool products, man. Do you have anything on the horizon? Anything in the skunk works that you can tell us about?
We are toying with a couple things. We are working with ASTM on getting a actual Gatormaille barrel bag designed and developed. We've done some testing on making sure that it's not going to scratch finishes and stuff, which that was easily achieved with the rubber O-rings.
Yep.
Now we're working on attachment of the protectant at the end of the barrel bag so that the paintball doesn't, when it hits the chainmail, it's going to break and then splatter. ASTM says it can't come out of the end of the barrel bag. So we're working on some different strip styles of Kevlar to see an attachment for those.
Yeah,
again, that's a more of a fashion accessory.
Yeah, like just like a cover at the end and then chainmail down the barrel, kind of thing.
Yeah, actually, the Kevlar is going to be on attached to the inside, so it will sit up against the barrel itself.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that's kind of what we're looking at working on there. We're taking our time with it. We decided this year was the year that we were going to hit the West Coast for the first time ever. So we're going to Super Game Oregon coming up here in May.
Oh,
it'll be the first time we've ever been out to the West Coast as a company and as a team.
That's awesome.
I've never been. That sounds awesome.
I've been to the West Coast. Super Game. I've been to California. Played there once. It was fun. It was I played in Copperopolis. It was cool. Actually, it was blazing hot is what it was. But it was fun. It was fun. The people in California play hard.
I want to go play someplace where it's like cool and wet, misty, like in Predator, something
Poland.
like that. You know, I do have a friend who is Polish and he's got family from the old country. I'm sure they'd put us up. I would totally go play.
It's probably cheaper to fly to Poland than it is to fly out west.
By my
So our first international Gatormaille sale was to a gentleman in Poland.
That's awesome, man.
That's when you mentioned it earlier, and I'm like, just like, yeah, that makes sense that a Polish dude would be want to rock on one of those. That's sensible. They're light.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. Like he reached out to me and we were messaging back and forth, and he's like, I don't want to sound, odd or anything, but is there a chance that you could mark the package that it's a gift? I'm like, what do you mean? And he was explaining to me that they pay an import tax there based on the total value of the product plus the shipping cost.
Oh,
and he bought an iPhone case from over here in the US, and the import tax and the shipping was almost 3 times what the iPhone case cost.
Wild.
And I'm like, yeah, I got you, dude. I can do that for you. So
I got you, bro.
I just wrote gift big on the package, and he messaged me like 2.5 weeks later because it takes forever to get over there. He messaged me like 2.5 weeks later. He goes, "Thank you for doing that. It's awesome. I love it."
Friend for life.
Yeah,
okay,
I mean,
where are those big games in Poland?
They're outside of Warsaw. I think they're
you'd have to talk to
$1,300.
Reaper goes over there. He plays a big game in Poland. I think one in Amsterdam, one in Germany, one in Israel. I mean, he goes over there.
I don't know where he gets the money from, but that man's got more money than we do.
Dude, 1,300, 14 plus hours, $1,300 for a flight to Poland. I can fly in just my jersey, dude. Like, I go play a game in Poland.
Yeah, I would.
With that.
100%.
There's things I want to do there.
Like, that's out of my budget for the next couple of years.
Yeah, but I can find a way.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
I'm going to do some terrible things, but I'm going to find a way to go to Poland, which is not the way I should be wording that, but to hell with it. I don't.
That's awesome, Cliff. Thank you for the shout out to Silver Fox. I greatly appreciate that. Like I said, I started playing paintball with Silver Fox in 1997, and I almost quit playing paintball, and him and Blue kept me in.
Well, then we love.
He took me out the EMR, introduced me to Blue, and that kept me playing paintball because I was so burnt out on tournament style paintball, and they introduced me to playing big games, and it was amazing. It was amazing.
I wasn't going to be a drag neb. Yes, there are a few things I want to do in Poland, but paintball, because I've heard from Wolf, I've heard from a few people that there's some crazy ass games. And I want to go play.
So we have like
fins.
Safety laws around our games. They have safety suggestions.
Yeah.
Around there. Like you're watching guys ride into the battle on top of a T60.
T3,
T72.
I don't know my tanks, but anywho,
one of the Russian tanks.
Tell me that doesn't sound awesome as hell.
Yeah,
it does. I want to go. I'd love to go. I just don't have $1,400 to spend on a plane ticket.
If you guys are friends with Reaper on his page, he posts up a lot of like live video during the games when he's over in Poland.
Oh yeah. The guy's wild.
Like it's really awesome. Like it's definitely a way different situation than what it is over here as far as how their games are. Troop transports, things like that. It's amazing.
That sounds like it's so much fun. Again, scenario. Brad will be in hell. I'll be happy. You'd have enough fun. I say that. I know you'd enjoy
the
yourself.
big game. So the big game in Europe, like the big one that has like all the tanks and stuff. There's a little bit of a story, but it is not milsim. Like
paintball go pew pew.
It's open class.
Paintball marker go brrr.
Yeah, it's not a MagFed only game. So full send it. I'd love to go. I would absolutely love to go. I want to, but that's going to have to wait.
One of my bucket list games is they used to put on, before COVID hit, they used to put on a really nice game at West Point.
Yeah. The West Point games. I've heard
I
of them.
want
West
that
Point,
to come back because I want to play. I want to play West Point.
No. Like,
yes,
Point,
it is
Quantico, like that. The West Point.
West Point Military Academy. It's uphill both ways. It's rocky. They're doing simulated live fire with real weapons in the distance in the background. It is so cool and so intense looking. It isn't funny.
When I drove through to Florida when I was in my early 20s for work, I remember driving by and I saw the exit. I was on the 95 and I was like, Quantico. And I'm just like, oh, that's that way. I want to go. I want to stop at all these things, right? But I had work, so I had to get going. But I always remembered that driving by and how pretty that whole area is. And now there's a paintball game they used to run in there, and they don't. Damned COVID. COVID ruined everything for us.
Yeah, Barney used to play it on a regular. If you get a chance, they have on a lot of the streaming services, you can watch the West Point paintball video. And I was watching it, and this kid starts talking about this guy that dresses in all purple. He's like a former Marine, and the next thing you know, there's Barney just having a chit chat with the guys that are producing the video. And if you know Barney's a character, and he's one of my all-time favorite people in paintball. And Eric Engler, and I'm looking and I'm like, oh, I know those guys. Oh, and I know those guys, and and oh, look, there's some Blues Cruise jerseys, and it's just like, how did I ever miss out on that game?
Where was I that weekend?
Ever since COVID, it's just not. They don't do it anymore.
That's the game I'm sad that I missed out on, was because I had to work, and I even asked the boss. I was like, "Can I just take the day off?" And he's like, "You can go find a new job." Was an abandoned Cold War bunker here in the Maritimes, opened up.
Oh wow!
Game. Yeah, it was the Defen bunker. So they built them in the 70s for the Cold War, and
they ran one game and they got screwed.
They ran two. They ran two games, and the second game, nobody stuck around to help clean. So the guy said, "Never again."
That's a shame.
Yeah, now he makes a ton of money because he hosts a bunch of servers, data servers in the bunker, and he sells it as like ultra secure. So. We've only got about a minute left, so anyone you want to shout out real quick?
Just shout out to my guys for running with me, having supporting the product. All of our customers, without all of our customers, we wouldn't be where we're at. We wouldn't keep growing, and shout out to all the kids that are coming up in the sport. We keep our products affordable so that anybody can get them.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So it was a blast having you on.
Thank you.
You've shown me that I clearly need to make more money because you have products that I need. Not even a matter of want. It's a matter of need now. Huge thank you to everyone who hung out with us, chit-chatting, liking and sharing and all that jazz. Tom, did you pay the bills beforehand?
We did not get to pay the bills because I was so excited to talk to our new friend, Damian. So... Ladies and gentlemen, we have our friends at Moncton Paintball who have given me a home for the last few years. They have the most sweetest of towns, our train, our forest, and there's lots of new stuff coming. His speedball field is second to none. It is amazing. It's beautiful. This summer, we're going to be back at D-Day. Cannot wait to go back and rouse the rabble and party in our little Maritimer corner. We'll be seeing everyone there the first weekend in June.
Commando Action Center.
We love Commando Action Center, man. I can't wait to see those guys. Wasaga Beach in August. Going to be going back there to harass those fine folks. Absolutely. And then it'll be, we're going to figure out how we're going to divide and conquer for Canadian Legends and the compound because
we're gonna
I got to travel this year. And then there's Enemy. There's all sorts of beautiful people. There's Nova, who I have to go harass at some point and harass TJ somewhere. God, I'm pretty sure that's everybody. That is.
So. Yep.
So we love y'all.
All right, folks, it's been a blast. Thank you so much. Until next week, cheers.
Toodles.
Thanks for having me on, guys.